Good morning, everyone. This is State Climatologist Gary McManus with your Mesonet Weather Report. Now, where do we start? What a winter we've had so far, right? So we started out with warmth, way too much warmth as we went through December, much of January, that first week of January. Then we had, of course, tornadoes. We've had drought all the way through it, and now we have a massive winter storm. But at least it's moisture, right? Because we do have that drought in place. So let's start with the drought monitor map and see where we are. Well, like a broken record, the same basic picture. Lots of that extreme to severe drought down across the southern half of the state. Also up there in northeastern Oklahoma, but we have a large area, basically the southeastern 2/3 to 3/4 of the state, in at least moderate drought. A little bit of abnormally dry conditions, but really it's just a picture of a state that really needs a good drink of water. Ice, snow, rain, we'll take whatever we can get. Now this is a change in the drought monitor map from last week. We can see once again those yellow areas where we had a one-class degradation. Those are areas where it got worse, so no areas of improvement. Now hopefully after this winter storm, after it melts at least, we will see some of those green colors on the map showing improvement. Now remember, the Oklahoma Mesonet doesn't measure snowfall. It has to measure that snow after it melts, so we do need it to get above freezing before we can see exactly the outcome of the precipitation totals. But you can look at the forecast, and we do see a pretty good drink of water for at least the southeastern half of the state, and even up into northwest Oklahoma we were expecting about a ½ inch. So once we melt and we get a good handle on exactly how much moisture fell, we'll let you know about that. And boy, where we started, it wasn't looking pretty, am I right? So again, we were on about another 2-week dry spell across those areas that had received rain, along with the tornadoes earlier this month. But those other areas to the northwest and southeast going on just about 2 months without a good dose of moisture. So hopefully once this melts, percolates into the ground, we'll get that soil moisture back up where it needs to be, and we'll be a little bit better off than where we were before this storm, despite the bad impacts of the storm, unfortunately. Let's get a handle on where we were before this storm. So you look at the last 30 days, really just some good moisture from southwest up through north central Oklahoma. Other than that, we had very light areas of precipitation across the northwestern portion of the state and the southeastern portions. Again, not enough to push the drought monitor map into improved mode, but it was a good start for at least part of the state. And we can take a look at the Mesonet's departure from normal rainfall map for that same time frame, last 30 days, and we can see deficits across the state, except those areas there where we had the moisture with the tornadoes and the severe weather. Again, just another picture of a state that just needs a good dose of moisture. We can take a look at the Climate Prediction Center's outlook, at least for February, and this was released last week, but it does show, for the precipitation side, equal chances of above, below, or near normal conditions for February. Remember, it is a dry month in our calendar year, but it's, again, as we mentioned this before, it's better than below normal conditions if we can get at least near normal. We do have a 66% chance that it won't be below normal in this scenario, at least. The temperature outlook for February, about the same thing, equal chances of above, below, or near normal conditions. Again, that's better than having that below normal on us, or even the above normal considering the drought we've been in. So unfortunately though, this does just mean that we will have to take what Mother Nature has to offer. So winter is upon us in full force. We won't know the exact impacts until we get above freezing again. Hopefully that's not too long. We will get some melting and get that soil moisture replenished. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.